All right, listen up. It's Prakash Bandari here, and let me tell you, we're not messing about today. We're diving headfirst into a world of pure, unadulterated, eye-wateringly expensive luxury. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most expensive whiskies in the world. You think you know fancy? You think that bottle you saved for a special occasion was a bit pricey? Oh, you innocent lambs, what we're about to show you will blow your bloody minds and make your wallets weep just looking at the screen. This isn't just booze. This is history, craftsmanship and rarity, all distilled into one magnificent bank-breaking bottle. We're talking about spirits that cost more than most people's houses, cars, or even their entire bloody life savings. For goodness sake, these aren't your run-of-the-mill drams you pick up at the local shop. No, these are legends, unicorns of the whiskey world, coveted by collectors and connoisseurs who are willing to pay astronomical sums for a taste, or sometimes just the sheer prestige of owning them. So buckle up, you connoisseurs and curious onlookers. Get ready to be amazed by the luxury and exclusivity of these incredible spirits. We're going to explore what makes them so damn expensive, from their incredible age and the distilleries that crafted them to the exquisite, often bespoke bottles they come in and the frankly insane auction prices they've fetched. Some of these stories are as rich and complex as the whiskies themselves. So grab a glass of whatever you can afford, you animals, and prepare for a journey into the stratosphere of high-end hooch. Let's go! Right, kicking things off at number 10, we've got the Macallan 1926, fine and rare, coming in at a mere $75,000. Yes, you heard me, $75,000. And I say mere because, trust me, compared to what's coming later, this is like finding a tenner in an old coat. This particular expression is part of Macallan's legendary fine and rare collection, which, if you know anything about whiskey, you'll know is the absolute pinnacle. Distilled way back in 1926, this spirit slumbered in oak casks for decades, soaking up all that incredible character and complexity. Imagine the world in 1926 when this liquid gold was being carefully barreled up. The patience, the foresight, it's just astounding. The result is a whiskey that connoisseurs describe with hushed reverence, notes of rich dried fruits, warming spices, perhaps a whisper of smoke from a bygone era. It's not just a drink, it's a bloody time capsule. The Macallan distillery, those masters of their craft, knew they had something special, and the Fine and Rare series is their way of showcasing these historical gems. This bottle, even at this price, is a testament to their heritage and a delicious, if terrifying, hint of the extravagance to follow. All right, moving up the ladder at number 9, we have the Glenfiddich Janet Sheed Roberts Reserve 1955, which fetched a handsome $94,000. Now, this isn't just any old Glenfiddich. This is something truly special, steeped in family history. This whiskey was casked in 1955, the year Janet Sheed Roberts, the granddaughter of Glenfiddich's founder William Grant, turned 110 years old. Can you believe that? 110? She was the oldest woman in Scotland, a living link to the very beginnings of this iconic distillery. What a bloody legacy. Only 11 bottles of this remarkable single malt were ever released, one for each decade of Mrs. Roberts's extraordinary life. Each bottle was auctioned for charity, making its hefty price tag feel a little less like sheer indulgence and more like a contribution to good causes, which I can actually get behind. The whiskey itself is said to be phenomenal, as you'd bloody well expect. Floral, fruity, with that classic Glenfiddich character beautifully matured over half a century. It's a rare tribute to a remarkable woman and a monumental piece of Glenfiddich's history. 94 grand for a piece of that story. Some would say it's a bargain. Now we're starting to get serious. At number 8, it's the Dalmore 62-year-old roaring in at $125,000. Look at that stag emblem. The Dalmore is known for its distinctive, bold character, an equally bold presentation, and this 62-year-old expression is no exception. Imagine this whiskey was patiently maturing for over 6 decades, developing an incredible depth of flavor that most palates will never ever experience. It's older than most of you watching this, you cheeky blighters. Think about the world events that have passed while this liquid was sleeping in its cask. Only 12 bottles of this magnificent beast were ever created, each given a unique name. And the blend itself is a vatting of 4 different casks dating from 1868, 1876, 1926 and 1939, a symphony of ancient spirits, for Christ's sake. This isn't just about age, it's about the master blender's art, combining these historic malts to create something truly transcendent. The Dalmore is famous for its rich, chocolatey, citrusy notes, and with 62 years of maturation, you can only imagine the intensity. $125,000. You're not just buying whiskey, you're buying a masterpiece of time and blending. Chapter 4. Stepping it up again at number 7, we find another stunner from Dalmore, the Dalmore 64 Trinitas, commanding a price of $160,000. The name Trinitas itself hints at its exclusivity, as only 3 bottles were ever produced. Can you wrap your head around that? 3 bottles for the entire bloody planet. That's rarer than a well-done steak in some kitchens I've been in. This isn't just whiskey, it's practically a mythical creature. When you're talking about this level of scarcity, the price tag starts to make a terrifying kind of sense. The Dalmore 64. Trinitas is a marriage of rare Dalmore stocks, some dating back to 1868, 1878, 1926 and 1939, with the spirit then further matured in a bespoke, handcrafted cask. Richard Patterson, Dalmore's legendary master distiller, is the genius behind this creation, a man whose nose is insured for millions. He doesn't mess about. The presentation is, of course, suitably lavish, reflecting the treasure within. For $160,000, you get one of the rarest whiskies ever bottled, a testament to over a century of distilling artistry. It's a collector's wet dream, frankly. Chapter 5. Breaking into the serious money now. At number 6, we have the Macallan 64-year-old in Lalique Sire Perdue, which sold for an astonishing $464,000. Now, we're not just talking about old whiskey, we're talking about a masterpiece of collaboration. This isn't just a bottle. It's a bespoke crystal decanter crafted by the legendary French crystal house Lalique. The Sire Perdue method is an ancient lost wax casting technique, meaning this decanter is a unique work of art in itself, designed to hold one of the oldest and rarest Macallans ever released. This was a one-of-a-kind creation, containing whiskey aged for a mind-boggling 64 years. The Macallan is already synonymous with quality, but pairing it with Lalique's artistry elevates it to another dimension entirely. The proceeds from its auction went to charity, which is always a good touch when you're dealing with sums that could buy a small island. Imagine owning not just an incredible whiskey, but also a unique Lalique sculpture. It's the ultimate fusion of 2 luxury worlds, nearly $500,000. We're playing in a different league now, people. This is serious, serious stuff. Chapter 6. Cracking the top 5 at number 5, it's the Macallan M, with one exceptional decanter fetching $628,205. $628,000. The Macallan M is the pinnacle of their 1824 Masters series. A stunning creation housed in a beautifully designed, handcrafted crystal decanter by Lalique again, those French wizards of glass. But this isn't just any M decanter, we're talking about a special 6-litre Imperial version. 6 litres of some of the rarest Macallan whiskies, drawn from a small number of sherry oak casks, some dating back to the 1940s. The decanter itself is a work of art, requiring the skill of 17 craftspeople and over 50 hours to complete. The whiskey inside is described as incredibly complex, rich and full-bodied, exactly what you'd expect from Macallan pulling out all the stops. This particular record-breaking sale took place in Hong Kong, a hotspot for rare whiskey collectors. It's a statement piece, a testament to the enduring allure of the Macallan and the artistry of Lalique. The sheer audacity of creating a 6-litre decanter of such precious liquid is something else. It's not just a drink, it's a monument. Alright, hold on to your sporrans because we're now entering the realm of million-dollar whiskies. At number 4, the Macallan 1926, with a label hand-painted by Irish artist Michael Dillon. Sold for an earth-shattering $1.53 million. $1.53 million. For one bottle of whiskey, we are talking about the same legendary 1926 Macallan cask that spawned some of the other icons on this list. But this one is utterly unique. Only one bottle features this hand-painted design by Dillon, depicting the Macallan's historic Easter Elches house. This bottle was commissioned by Fortnum and Mason and released in 1999. Its incredible rarity and the bespoke artwork make it one of the most sought-after bottles on the planet. Imagine the pressure on Michael Dillon hand-painting that label, knowing the value of the liquid inside. This isn't just about the whiskey, which is undoubtedly sublime after 60 years in cask. It's about the story, the artistry, and the almost mythical status it has achieved. It's a holy grail for collectors, a true one-off. 1.5 million quid, absolutely staggering. Sticking with the legendary Macallan 1926 at number 3, we have a bottle with a label designed by none other than Sir Peter Blake, selling for a cool $1.7 million. Sir Peter Blake, for those of you who live under a rock, is the iconic pop artist behind the album cover for the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Talk About Pedigree. In 1986, 12 bottles from the 1926 cask were given to Blake to design the labels, and he created his signature collage style, making each one a miniature piece of pop art history. This particular bottle, part of that exclusive set, represents a collision of two worlds: traditional Scotch whisky craftsmanship and avant-garde 20th century art. The whisky itself, aged for 60 years, is of course legendary. But the added layer of artistic significance from a figure like Peter Blake elevates it to an entirely new stratosphere of collectability. It's a cultural artifact as much as it is a spirit. $1.7 million. You could buy a bloody nice collection of art for that, or you could buy this one bottle that is art. Incredible. Right, the runner-up. The second most expensive whiskey ever sold, at number 2, is yet another bottling from that mythical Macallan 1926 cask. This time it's the Macallan 1926 Valerio Adami, which fetched an unbelievable $1.9 million at auction. $1.9 million. We are so close to $2 million for a single bottle of scotch. Italian artist Valerio Adami, known for his distinctive, bold, graphic style, was commissioned to design the labels for 12 bottles from this same 1926 vintage. His design is stark, elegant, and instantly recognizable. Like the Peter Blake bottles, these Adami-labeled Macallans are exceedingly rare and highly coveted. It's believed that at least one Adami bottle was destroyed in an earthquake in Japan, and another may have been opened and consumed, making the remaining ones even rarer, if you can bloody believe it. This particular bottle set a world record when it sold. The allure of the 60-year-old Macallan, combined with Adami's artistic cachet and the sheer scarcity, creates a perfect storm for collectors. It's more than whiskey, it's a liquid treasure, an icon of luxury, stunning. All right, you bloody legends, we've reached the summit. The number 1 most expensive whiskey in the world is Isabella's Islay, priced at an absolutely mind-numbing, gobsmacking $6.2 million. $6.2 million. Now, let me be straight with you, this one's a bit different. While the whiskey inside is undoubtedly a very fine, old Islay single malt, cask strength, non-chill filtered, all the good stuff, The astronomical price tag here is largely down to the bottle itself, or should I say the decanter. This isn't just glass, this is pure, unadulterated bling. The Isabella's Islay decanter is crafted from English crystal, then absolutely smothered in over 8,500 diamonds, almost 300 rubies, and the equivalent of 2 bars of white gold. Yes, you heard that right, diamonds and rubies. It's less a whiskey bottle and more like a piece of royal jewellery that happens to contain some very old scotch. It's the ultimate statement of wealth and extravagance. You can even get refills of the whiskey, apparently, though I dread to think what they bloody charge for that service. So, is it about the whiskey or the diamonds? You decide. But at $6.2 million, it's undeniably the king of expensive whiskies. Bloody hell. Well, there you have it, you connoisseurs of the costly, you aficionados of the absurdly affluent. From a modest $75,000 all the way up to a jaw-dropping $6.2 million for a single bloody bottle. Thanks for joining us on this luxurious journey through the world of high-end whiskies. It's been an absolute eye-opener, hasn't it? We've seen liquid history, artistic masterpieces, and levels of opulence that most of us can only dream about or frankly have nightmares about when we see the price tags. These whiskies are more than just a drink. They are symbols of craftsmanship, rarity, history, and sometimes just pure, unadulterated bling. Whether you think it's a sensible investment or complete madness, you can't deny the allure and the stories behind these incredible spirits. It makes that bottle you've got stashed away look like a bargain, eh? Remember, it's not always about the price tag, but the passion and dedication that goes into creating something truly exceptional. Though, let's be honest, these prices are utterly bonkers. So what did you think? Which one of these liquid treasures blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts, your shock, your awe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more amazing content. We've got plenty more fascinating, delicious, and sometimes downright outrageous topics to explore. Until next time, keep your glasses charged responsibly, you animals, and your spirits high. Cheers.